the impossible's possible. And it's lies behind the truth. Your history is all the history. The world came from you. The first man have your DNA. The world came from you. If you believe in the creator, then there's nothing you can do. Call you nigga dead, turn back around and mimic you. Hypocrites can't be trusted. You gotta have a plan, gotta compress our residuals. Hard times is inevitable.
Moorish world, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's in the base. We don't fear, we love, cause spirit turns to hate. Moorish world, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's in the base. We don't fear, we love, cause spirit turns to hate. Moorish world, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's in the base. We don't fear, we love, cause spirit turns to hate. Moorish world, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's in the base. We don't fear, we love, cause spirit turns to hate.
I'm trying to tell you that it's urgent. We can stop all the splurging and recognize our purpose and start getting it working. We have to face the fact that it's power in the tongue. We gotta consolidate our brother for harder times to come. My mind's racing and my heart is beating like a drum. The way I carry myself, you wouldn't know I'm from the slum. You wanna know who you are? Read the one-on-ones. Thanks to Drew Wiley, we got the Moorish corrupt. See, our preaching is great. That's why I'm telling my son. Some people minds are shut. That's why their body is done. We are law and man. Islam isn't the plan. Live on grass and sand. Feds are turban.
Moorish world, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's in the base. We don't fear, we love, cause spirit turns to hate. Moorish world, we got something to say. If we work together, everything will be okay. Put our differences aside, the L's in the base. We don't fear, we love, cause spirit turns to hate.
Yeah, I know y'all ready, family. We coming, we coming, we coming. We had a minor delay, but that's all right. I want y'all to make sure y'all share this. Let's give it about 2 more minutes, and then I'm gonna do the intro, and then we're gonna get busy.
Yeah. It's slow. I'm trying to be your friend, man. Try to be your friend, bro. Help me out. Meet me halfway. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a boy like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never met a boy like me, and you ain't never ever gonna meet one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. And let me be your friend. Peace and love. Hey yo, I used to be a thug until I met the prophet. Now I'm all about those that's talking that this ain't Islam. Everything the prophet taught is in the Quran. All that other stuff, prostrate and cover up is just the start. And there's space to me, the law is the heart. You can dress like every step, but you can dress like a herb. Bottom or spread,
You should have said good word. That's why I don't understand good word.
everybody gets expectations of the same thought. You don't appreciate that. You won't appreciate the holy and divine true by league. People refuse Europeans hope that the Moors would forget it, but we're here, strong, alive and well, resurrected from hell, with a story to tell. So pay attention and listen, and consider the facts. You know it's humanly impossible for you to be black. I guess the Chinaman is yellow, a Mexican is brown. Just think for a second how ridiculous it sounds. We can turn it around, but we must unite. It's okay to disagree, but we don't have to fight. Because if we have to fight, you know how we did. I'm still learning to love. No, I'm not dead yet. So work with me, fam, and I'ma work with you. And let's all work together and do what we gotta do. Cause on the real side, we haven't made no progress since 1929 when the prophet left the flesh. We got an Asiatic president, men marrying men, psycho shooting up a club and don't see his own sin. And those that say they can't just took your fuck. Move straight to Hollywood, straight living it up. And y'all picking it up, straight cheese and grinning. But it was your bread to help us set it off in the beginning. Be careful what you put in your soul, cause it could blind you. Unfortunately, some people get paid to disguise you. Oh yeah, I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. Let me be your friend. Peace and love. I said you ain't never, and you will never. You ain't never, ever. You ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever gonna be one again. I wanna be your friend. Peace and love. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. Oh yeah, you ain't never met a more like this, and you ain't never, ever gonna meet one again. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. So let me be your friend. Peace and love. I wanna be your friend. Yeah. Let me be your friend. We ain't trying to be enemies. I wanna be your, you let me be your, I wanna be your friend. Hey, yeah.
Okay, family, let's get busy. Let me see what we looking like. What we looking like? What we looking like? What we looking like? Oh, we got 41 people in the building. We about to get busy. All right. We got the Noble Temple Moors in the building. Y'all ready? Let me see. Let me see who in here. Let me see. Make sure I'm looking in the chat. Make sure nobody talking crazy. All right. Let me see. All right. We got people here to learn. All right, now listen. All right, let me just start the show, family. Let's start the show. And I want everybody to participate. Members of the Noble Temples, if y'all in here, if y'all can come up with some questions as I go along with this presentation, I appreciate that. We're running a little bit behind, but let's get busy.
This man was teaching Islam here.
I'm running a little bit behind because I got responsibilities.
What's in the nation of Islam? You're taught under the strict
Let's go.
religious blinders or binder that no Islam was here before Quran and Elijah.
I got responsibilities. I apologize. Oh yeah. Let me look in the chat. Let's see where we at. Y'all ready? Hey! What up? We gonna make them a little bit mad today. It's all right. Hey! Get my dust together. I'm running behind, family. Hey! Now what you gonna do about it? The prophet know what you Ali. He knew about it. I'm desperate. We about to get right. Hey, you ain't fighting this war right. Man's under eyes, heaven something for night. Reading all that book and studying the law. But the problem with the person you tell for his law. He left the feet ready cut on the south side. That's right.
Way before we like to have fun, we was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Where was y'all when he was on the middle grade? Going hard, I tell you,
Y'all ready?
where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Flag on his head, hey! Where was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Well, y'all back now, are you with me or are you down? It's time to stand up to the prophecy now. Hey, I hear you talking, show me what you produce. The enemy nothing, are we here talking stupid? Up in the courts, getting beat up in the hallway. The king comes on, trying to throw me in all day. Make me wanna cry, I can't deny it. See my people so misguided. Why in the world we so divided? All we gotta do is use what we got to provide. Always trying to take a shortcut.
So fam,
Like we on the short
we coming.
the world is watching. Our people waiting for us to stand up and join the Moorish nation. Hey, where was y'all at in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had fun. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Hey, where was y'all when he was on the middle grade? Going hard on earth in the state. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Flag on his head. Hey.
I'm a fool. Got the symptoms of the Lord. It ain't gonna never argue with you that I'm not a fool. And wouldn't come in your house or come among you and slam a floor if I didn't feel in my heart, in my mind, in my soul that I am. Tell you, goddammit, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. No more.
All right, we about to do it.
So if I say
We about to do it.
I mean, sure,
Let me check everything out.
I understand.
Where was y'all
Here we go.
in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had fun. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord.
Islam. Welcome to another edition of Moorish World TV. I am your esteemed host, brother Tahaka Bey, GSTA Johnson Bey, GS Tahaka Bey, and all that other good stuff. We're going to get right to it. First and foremost, I rise and give praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. And when I say I give praise to Allah, I ain't talking about some spook. I'm not talking about something that you then read about in a hadith. I'm not talking about any of that. I'm talking about the universal creator, the universal energy, and I'm speaking of the universal force where all life comes from. We call that force of Allah. A shout out to my brother Jethro. Should we participate in the census? He says no. We're going to talk about that too. I want everybody to know that this is a perspective of the Moorish Science Temple of America. And if you're not familiar with the Moorish Science Temple of America, you will be just a little bit more after this show. However, I give honor to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, who has come to instruct us into the ways of our divine self and the ways of governing ourselves in the ways of being upright, independent, and fearless. I give a special honor to each and every one of you, every 42 of you in the chat, I give a special honor to you because obviously you see some relevance of the Moorish World TV programming. And I give honor to my brothers and sisters who came to participate in the chat. Let me put them out there. They came to participate in the chat. All the members of it's not all the members, but whoever the members who were able to participate, they're here in the chat. So we can get some questions as it relates, because I taught this lesson in the temple, but this is like a refresher, and it's now on steroids. In other words, this is a lesson that I went over quite some time ago, but I'll be going over it with everybody now, even the public. Now, I want y'all to know, if you're not familiar with the Moorish World TV demonstration, one thing you're going to have to do is have thick skin. Now, the things that I point out, I'm not directing it at anybody in particular. My whole mission, my entire mission while I'm breathing is to bring forth the unadulterated teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali to the public. That's my mission. My mission is to demonstrate the Prophet Noble Drew Ali's teachings in words, action, and deed. Bring it to the public. Period, point blank. Now, in doing this, it's going to get some people upset. Of course, it's going to get some people mad. It's going to get some people beyond themselves. I mean, it's just going to do that. That's what the truth does, because many people have been living a lie for so long that when the truth comes on the scene, it seems foreign to them. And this truth that the prophet brought to us has been covered up for over since 1929. It's been covered up. So of course, when I come and bring the truth, as I study elements of the movement that many people haven't had the privilege to study, of course it's going to seem foreign. And of course it's going to get you upset. It's okay. That ain't going to stop me from demonstrating the pure teachings of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, what I call Orthodox Islamism. That's what I demonstrate. I mean, I demonstrate Orthodox Islamism uncut. At this point, I'm not tripping who gets mad. I'm not tripping who feathers get ruffled. I've already received information. Don't talk about this topic. I mean, comments, don't talk about this topic. Leave that topic alone. Why are you digging up old bones and all this stuff? Well, let me tell you something. If you don't know where you come from, you ain't going to know where you're going. So we're going to talk about where we come from, and we're going to talk about where we're going, and we're going to know how to get there. And so in this, I may use some posts that I've seen on social media. However, this is not personal to you, the one who posted. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to say your name, but I'm going to use your post as the criteria to establish what I'm talking about. Because there is so many groups saying that they're the Moorish Science Temple of America, and they acting in the way of if they are the Moorish Science Temple of America. But every group seems to have a different understanding or a different interpretation of what we should be doing or how we should be moving. I say, I don't have no complications when it comes to how to move on this Prophet Noble Drew Ali's program. It's not confusing to me. It's really not. Not saying that I know it all, so don't think that I'm coming off as arrogant, because I'm not. I'm just saying that truth is simple. Truth is very simple. I'm not going to complicate it. I'm not going to complicate it. So shout out to Abdullah Ben Rose. In the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temples, we definitely, without a doubt or contradiction, we deal with Orthodox Islamism. That means if the prophet ain't do it, we ain't doing it. If the prophet ain't demonstrated, we ain't demonstrating it. This is it. And at this point, there's so much we can demonstrate without interpretation that we don't need to interpret anything at this point. We can deal with this. We can create a council, the Supreme Grand Council, to interpret the law. But at this point, it's so much basic that we need to get right. We don't even need to interpret. We don't need to interpret. Oh, this mean that. Nope. Straight by the letter. Straight by the letter, and then penetrating to the spirit of the law. But with that being said, family, here we go. We're going to get started. Some people going to get upset. Honor to y'all again. Everybody thumbs up. And let me tell you something. In this conversation, family, I am going to be using Moorish Guide articles. I'm going to be using Moorish guide articles. Shut up. Just give me credit, Rakim. Rakim Bey, Iron Bey. Just give me credit for the saying. Well, I'm going to be using Moorish guide articles. And hopefully brothers in the chat, sisters in the chat that have the link to the website, y'all can put it in the chat for YouTube. So those who want to go and get the articles that I use, that they can use the link and go and get them after the show or as the show is going on. Now there is a fee. It's $1 each page. It's $1 a page because we're raising money to build. And I'm not ashamed to say that, yes, I'm going to sell Moorish guide articles from research that brothers have given me that I done dug up, whatever the case may be, because we're going to build something for real. And it's going to take finance to build that. And so if you like what I'm doing and you want some exchange for what I'm doing, and you want something you can hold on to and that you can have something to measure the Moorish movement by, go get the Moorish guide articles. Watch what I show you in a minute. And I hope y'all stick around for a minute because I'm gonna show you how these Moorish guide articles can show you how this movement is supposed to look. I'm looking on Facebook and I see my sister Sheik is Hunter Bay. I see brother Mazook, the Sheik, brother Sheik Lattimore Bay, Sheik Blackston Bay in the building, Rob Siddell, and everybody. All right, here we go, family. Here we go. All right. So the question is, should Moorish Americans participate in the 2020 census? In fact, that should be a no-brainer. Of course we should. The reason why that we should participate in the 2020 census, not because we are going to receive the benefits within the next 2 or 3 years. No, we're looking into the next generation. This is what we have to look into. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali made a statement. He said, the Moors here, they don't know what I've done here today. He said that at the first annual convention. So obviously, the Moors did not know the true mission of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali or the Moorish Science Temple of America. They didn't understand the divine mission. And the Prophet made that in quite a few statements. And so in the spirit of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, we must think beyond our selfish selves. We must think beyond our selfish selves. And so what happens is, shout out to my brother Selby Bay, not to mention our civic duty. Exactly. We must think beyond our selfish selves, that if we can start the wheels turning, then maybe in the next 10 years, the generation that's coming behind us, if you're fortunate enough to be around, you can participate and we can have a number that will determine where the finances go, where the congressional districts go. Maybe we can have a congressional district in the Moorish village, if you understand what the Prophet said. The Prophet speaks about the Moors having their own town. And let me speak on that. I see brother Sharon post, this brother moved on the Prophet's mission of the Moorish town. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. But that's another story. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. And I'm not going to let that lie fly. He did not move on the mission of the Moorish town. He made a retirement home for Moorish Americans with stolen money. But we're going to talk about that another time. We're going to talk about that another time. He ain't make no Moorish town. He ain't try to create no governors. He ain't try to create your own police department. He ain't try to create your own mayors. Can't stand these brothers trying to usurp the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali by a facade and a lie. But that's another story. That's another story. Man, that really bothers me When I see brothers trying to usurp the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and the examples that the Prophet met, or that the example that the Prophet left. I could ask us specific questions. Moors, do you want your own town? Do you want your own this? Do you want your own that? Do you want your, just because somebody, how you get the money to purchase all that land? And not only purchase it, to develop it. In 1935 and 36, right after Emil Earl disappeared. But we're gonna talk about it. We got a demonstration coming out called Power Struck. And we're gonna talk about it. Yeah, we got a demonstration coming out called Power Struck. And we definitely gonna talk about it. Because we ain't gonna let you usurp the prophet's teaching, and nor are you gonna try to use an example that doesn't even fit the mold. You know who you are. Don't get mad at me, get mad at the truth. I got a little bit off that time. I went to the left that time. I feel like ODB. Let me get it together. Y'all remember ODB? He started breathing real hard. I got a little off track, but let me get back on track, family. With that being said, family, we're going to get straight to it right now. So here we go, family. Should the Moorish Americans participate in the census? Absolutely, we should. And the reason that we should is because it's all about congressional districts and allocating money. If it's about money, you should be trying to get involved. And you should be trying to get involved as a collective, not as an individual. You should always be trying to get involved when somebody is playing games with your finances. You know, and we can get into how the census can determine finance. But the thing is that first we got to get online of why it's important and how we are supposed to establish ourselves as a force to be reckoned with. Now, in order to establish ourselves as a force to be reckoned with, let me get the screen share, and we're going to breeze through this, family, because this is easy money. This is easy money. Give me 1 second. Let me screen share real quick. So, in order to establish ourselves as a force to be reckoned with, family, first of all, we must have a correct standard. Now, listen, this video also reflects how we of the Moorish Science Temple of America, styled as the Noble Temples, are moving. We are not budging. No. So if I join any meeting about the topic, you can almost best believe that it is what it is. I listen, it is what it is. We are not budging because we've done the research. So what we have is, it was a brother on YouTube, on Facebook, if you will. I'm sorry. He did a Facebook Live. And he said that we should select the Asian box and write in Moorish American. So here is the example. Give me 1 second. So here is the example. He said that we should, now this brother did a live stream. This brother is pretty popular. I really do like the brother. Good brother. I have no problem with the brother. So I don't want anybody to take this personal. So if you know who you are, this is just a lesson that we are going to put it to the forefront. So in question number 6, the question asked on question number 6, and now this is the official census piece. On question number 6, it asks, what is one's race? And the X, it said mark X, 1 or more boxes, and print origins, right? That's what it asks. So the brother did a Facebook Live, and on the Facebook Live, he says that he's going to select other Asian and write in Moorish American. So in other words, what he's going to do is he's going to select other Asian and write in Moorish American. That's what he's going to do. He said, I don't know about anybody else, but that's what I'm going to do. But my thing is that if you are part of an organized group going by the name of Moorish Science Temple of America, the group should be moving all in one rhythm. But that ain't my business. But remember, he's going to check Asian and Moorish American. He's going to write in, right? Don't forget that. Now, then I seen another one. And this was my brother. This brother is going to, he gives an example. He's going to put where it says what it race. This is another Moorish American of another group. He's going to put American Indian, Alaskan Native, and then more. That's what he's going to put. But then he's going to put some other race, check that too, and put Asiatic Moorish. Now, family, y'all don't see the confusion here? This is two different groups. Now, here's another group. This group says that they're going to put other Asian and Moorish American, which is consistent with the first brother. But he's of another group. Y'all follow this? These are all Moorish Americans now. These are all Moorish Americans. And I'm saying I'm not condemning anybody. I'm not condemning anybody, so don't think I am. But now, let me walk you through about the census and how we of the Moorish Science Temple of America are going to move indefinitely unless something come up. Now, the question about a person's race is issued to create a statistics about race and to present other statistics by race groups. I don't want you to forget that. Now, if this what they're saying is right, it's saying that the question about a person's race is used to create statistics about race and to present other statistics by race groups. Now, if you say that you are an American Indian, they have already categorized and identified who that is according to them. Forget what your perception is. They have already identified. And so you have lumped yourself in with American Indian or an Alaskan Native, and you say that you're Moor, which they are Moors, but is that you? According to what they understand and what they put there. Here, Asian. And Asian, and under they give an example. Pakistani, Cambodian, I think it was Hong Kong, etc. So they're going to the continent of Asia. But you say Moorish American. So with that check, it's right for them to assume that you're lumping yourself in with those of the Asia continent as it relates to the inhabitants of today. I'm just throwing this out there. I am not a scholar. I am only one who's going to use the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, never forget that the question about race is used to create statistics about race and to present other statistics by race groups. Now, let's get with it. I'm not going to get into the race data help and all that. So first of all, when we're talking about the citizenship, this is what I was trying to tell brothers like Cujo. Brother, you are not a Moorish American because Moorish Americans actually got to participate in the sense, they don't have to, but they are should participate from my point of view in the citizenship. I mean, I said citizenship. They should participate in the 2020 census, but you have to be a citizen of the United States. So somebody say I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong so far, because I haven't said nothing yet. Hurry up. Tell me where I'm wrong so far, because I haven't even gave my point of view yet. Come on. Tell me where I'm wrong so far. If you're going to be a provocateur, I'm going to have to get you out of here because I want you to learn something. I'm not trying to debate with anybody tonight, but maybe you can tell me where I'm wrong so far. Where am I wrong so far? Canada is North America. Exactly. Canada is North America. It's not America as it relates to the country. America, shout out to my brother, Assistant Grand Sheik, a national representative of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Canada is a country or a corporation, and America is a country, and the USA is a corporation. Whatever, they're separated. They're separated. They have different leaderships, there's some rulership and whatever. But whatever the case may be, okay, this person didn't want to come up while I was wrong. So, first of all, the place of birth, we already know that is the United States, right? We already know that. America isn't a country, it is a landmass. Brother, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to debate with you about that. If that's what you believe, go cross them borders and see what happened without a passport. Anyway, where was this person born? In the United States. Is this person a citizen of the United States? Yes or no? You're going to know the answer to that. When did this person come to live in the United States? Brother, let me say this. Brother Ali Baba Haru, you may not follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, so some of this stuff don't even regard you. It don't even pertain to you. You know what I mean? It's like if you watching this show and you're in Mexico and you're a Mexican, this don't pertain to you. This pertains to Moorish Americans. This is of their interest. This is not a debate show. Well, with that being said, so is this person born in the United States? Yes. Automatically, it makes you a citizen. Automatically, it makes you a citizen. Now, let's go to this. Now, here's the question where many people have the issue with. What is the race of this person? And I want you to pay close attention. I want you to pay close attention. What is the race of this person? I want you to learn how to fill out forms, number one. And I'm not being condescending. I'm just saying. It says mark one or more boxes and print origin. Now, you have white, and many Moors would try to use that. You also have black, African American, print example. African American, Jamaican, Haitian, Nigerian, Ethiopian, Somali. Now, in this block, it has 3 no-nos for Moorish American. You're not black, you're not Ethiopian, nor are you African American, right? So in this one, American Indian, none of that fits us. Not according to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So let me answer this question in the chat. Well, you are wrong in telling Moors to fill out anything when it comes to the so-called U.S. Census. At best, they will recognize you as a Fourth Amendment senator. You're not a part of the Moorish Science Temple of America, so this doesn't include you either. Lift every voice. When you tell me who your Grand Sheik is, we can talk. You're not a part of this nation, so your opinion don't matter at this point. At this point, only those who have some leadership with a title, Grand Sheik, Supreme Grand Sheik, should be of concern with this conversation. That's it. If you don't have that, I'm not even interested in what you talk about. Matter of fact, from this point on, I'm going on with the presentation. Now, when we get down to these other blocks, remember it says X, mark 1 or more boxes. All right? 1 or more boxes. They're not even suggesting which box to mark. It's telling you to mark 1 or more boxes. So we of the Moorish Science Temple of America choose to mark the last box. It is an option. We're not marking white. because that is not what the prophet say our race was. We're not marking black, because that's not what the prophet said our race was. We're not marking American Indian, nor we're marking Asian. No. What is your race? Asiatic. Check. Asiatic. That's it. That's all. The question is about race. It's not about nationality. It's not about you being a Moor. It's not about none of that crazy stuff. It's not about none of that. It's about race. The prophet made it plain and simple. What is your race? Asiatic. There is no need to mark Asian. They give you the option. They give you the option. So why would anybody that follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali would mark Asian? Why would anybody who follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali mark American Indian when they give you the option to self-define yourself? Why would that? Doesn't even make sense to me. Now, why is that important? Why is that important? It's important because you are self-defining yourself and you want to get your numbers up so in 10 years from now that they will have a concentrated number of what a Moorish American and the Asiatic is. At this point, because they all over the place, they're going to be lumping you up, thinking you're an American Indian. They're going to think you're Asian with some weird concept. You know what I mean? And you think they know Moorish American, but nah, we ain't did the work. I mean, we ain't did the work. So we got to stick to what the prophet says. The purpose of the census is not for self-definition or self-identification. The purpose of the census is for inventory. You're right, but don't count the peas with the popcorn. Don't count the peas with the popcorn. We self-identify ourselves for an express purpose. Don't count me, don't count the corn with the beans. Don't count the corn with the beans. That's all. If a person want to be counted as an Asian, that's on them. If a person want to be counted as an American Indian, Alaskan Native, that's on them. But we of the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temple, we are Asiatics. That's what we are. So that's what we put in. That's what we put in. Now, number 5, it asks you about Hispanic origin. I mean, another question. What would be proper civic procedure to self-identify? Let me get through this. The prophet civic seed, the prophet said they were and they were. They said they was Moorish American and the people yielded to it. That's the civic procedure. Proclaim your nationality. Proclaim your identity. That's the procedure. And all else will fall in place. I mean, and all else will fall in place. Should the proper identifier be Asiatic instead of Moor? Polo Sport, walk with me. We gonna get to that part. The proper civic procedure is be yourself. Live in communities together. Create your culture. Expand your culture. Expand your culture. Make them honor who you are. You don't yield to them. And we're going to talk about that too. So now they say Hispanic origin. We say no. We say no. We should know that. No, not of Hispanic, Latino, or Spanish origin. Why? Because that doesn't pertain to our agenda. Many people say, yeah, I speak Spanish, I'm of Spanish origin, but that's not what this means. So we stick to the prophet. This is not pertaining to what we have been taught by Prophet Noble Drew Ali. So we move past that. Number 13 asks, what is this person ancestry or ethnic origin? There you go. There you go. They ask you, what is your ancestry or ethnic origin under question 13? And then you put Moorish, polo sport. There you go. Question 13. What is this person's ancestry or ethnic origin? There you go. This is not hard. This is not hard. Many people want to complicate it. This is not hard at all. If you want to participate in the census, Prophet Noble Drew Ali says that our free national name is not Moorish, Moorish American. You know, Sally, but we already did that. Our free national name is Moorish American. But whatever the case may be, is we've already addressed the whole census in 10 minutes. But why is this such a complication? It's beyond me. Maybe people want to be Asian. Maybe people want to be Alaskan. I don't know. It's beyond me. But the Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches of our ancestry. Or they would like to call it ethnic origin. It's beyond me. So let me run it back for you. They ask you, this is very simple. They ask you, what is this person's race? Why is this so complicated? Why is this so complicated? Your race is Asiatic. Why is this so complicated? Then my big brother Sadiq say, what's the civic process of self-identifying? You proclaim. You live it. You walk it. You talk it. You organize. And then you can move on legislation. Then you can move on making the pendulum turn your way a little bit, if you will. Make it rock a little bit. So that's just getting started. So when do you go for race? Asiatic. That's what we doing. And we ain't budging. I'm not budging. I'm not budging. I know what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali taught me. I'm not budging from that. I'm not no Asian. I'm not no American Indian. I don't care if Asian is the newer term or the older term. I don't care if it's the newer term. I don't care what rationale you talking about. Whoever you are, I'm rolling with the Prophet. This is Orthodox Islamism. Islamism in its purest form. And on question 13, you can close out the whole census by question 13. What is this person's ancestry? Moorish. That's it. Close out the whole census. It's a wrap. Let me show you how this example that they put on online, right? Look at this example right here. Look at the example that they put online. And they even try to give people a hint. But nah, people want to be something else than what the Prophet said. If you look at this example, right, that they put online, check this out. On this one that they put online, this person is named Benapo Ashore, right? And so when they get to question Question number 9 on this one is, what is your race? He did exactly what I said. He ain't marked none of that stuff. He didn't mark none of that stuff. I don't care what mainstream society understand us to be. We must force our identity into mainstream society by moving as a collective according to what the prophet said. That's it. I don't care if mainstream society know what an Asiatic is. Ain't my business. My business is to organize the 20,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, 100,000. And if I don't do it in my generation, then I perpetuate it into the next generation until our stance, according to what the prophet said, will be what it's supposed to be. I wouldn't care if they know or not. Ain't my business. My business is do the business that the prophet instructs me to do. My business is not to budge. My business is not to be flexible. My business is to do as the divine holy prophet instructed me to do. That's it. That's it. I'm not being flexible with Europeans. I'm not being flexible with soft Moorish Americans. I'm not being flexible with so-called black people. I'm going to do what the prophet said. And this is why the Moorish Science Temple of America and people who call themselves that has gotten off track, because they want to do what they think is right instead of what the prophet said was right. I'm going to do what the prophet said. I love you just the same. But I love the prophet a little bit more, brother. Just a little bit more. It is what it is. But we do care what the census meaning of identification are. Your whole presentation speaks to that fact, which is why you disagree with all the other suggestions. Listen, I don't want to go back and forth with you. What I'm telling you is that this is just a small drop in the big sea of this mass human drama that we find ourselves in. That's right. I'm going to stick with the prophet. That's it. I'm not debating. Anybody debating this, they debating the prophet. They're not debating me. I'm just going to stick with the prophet. It is what it is. And nobody going to change that. So again, the same thing that this person, number 9, they give you the option. They give you the option. Let's not move from the prophet. Islam, you know I love you, brother. I've been trying to call you anyway. So let's look at this. Can anybody, and I mean anybody, show me anywhere in the prophet's lessons where he was flexible according to what he identified himself as? Can anybody show me in a Moorish guide? Can anybody show me in a Moorish literature, which is parts of the Moorish guide? Can anybody show me in the Quran? Can anybody show me anywhere where the prophet was flexible about his identity? I'm about to give you some examples. The prophet was never flexible. And you know the ironic thing about it? They were using the term Asian during the time of the prophet. Why didn't the prophet just be flexible and use Asian? Because he's seeing something. A prophet is prophesizing. A prophet is seeing way down the road. He's seeing way down the road. And this Asiatic identity is unique right now to us. Right now, this Asiatic and Muslim identity is unique to us. It actually puts us in a collective of us. Puts us as a collective of us. When we hear, Islam, Abdullah, absolutely they do. Absolutely they do, Abdullah. When we hear Muslim, if you are familiar with Islam in America, you already know they talk about Moorish Americans. You already know. If you're not in the know about terminologies as it relates to other religions or Moorish, the Islamic faith in America, then of course you're going to be out of the loop. You ain't going to get it. But if you know anything about Islam in America and you hear Muslim, you already know. You already know. You ain't going to get them mixed up with Muslim. There's a unique collective about that. Same thing. That's the same thing as it relates to who that mic came on. I'm gonna let your mic open. Who was that? Because I'm gonna you be the first one I'm gonna call on too. No, I'm playing. So that's the same thing as it relates to Asiatic. Asiatic make us uniquely as a collective of one. People scared of that Asiatic term. People scared of it. But the prophet knew what he was doing. And we need to stop trying to be smarter than the prophet. You know what I mean? We got to stop trying to outsmart the prophet. That's why the movement, man, that's why we got all of these portions calling themselves the Moorish Science Temple of America, but none of them reflect the lessons and the teachings of the prophet. They don't trust the prophet. They don't trust the prophet. Whenever you make a suggestion outside of what the prophet said, that only means you don't trust the prophet. And I ain't talking about my brother Sharif. That's my bro. I'm just talking about generally. I ain't questioning. I trust the prophet. I gotta roll with it. So now let me get to some of these more slides. Let me show you how the prophet Noble Ali never compromised. Never. When the prophet Noble Ali made statements like this, come all ye Asiatics. He didn't say, I'm talking to black people, so let me say, come all you black people. Now, and this right here is a poem from that saying of the prophet Noble Ali. By Sister Harper L. Come all ye Asiatic and learn what I have learned. For this road I am traveling, you'll find it has no turn. Come get your card and button. Show the people of this land. It's the way you can be a citizen, a real woman or man. Put on your fez and your turban and don't feel ashamed. Oh, God Allah will bless you. It's your own principles and name. Let the prophet be your leader. Let Allah be your guide. Let the temple be your hiding place. Come, Asiatics, and get inside. Sister Harper L. Man, they wasn't playing with this thing because they wanted to bring people in. They was telling people who they were. Their job was to teach people who they were. And that's your job. When we look at this article right here, what shall we call him? Now in this, it's talking about the term black. But again, if you ever read this article, it shows that we should not be flexible. The matter, the prophet teaches us, the matter of various names given to the 22 million people with all colors of every race of the globe was an act of European psychology. European psychology. And anything that follows that European psychology, I don't want no parts of it. I don't want no parts of it. Now let me answer this brother. Because the brother just made a statement. He says, Asiatic, according to their standard, is linked to Asian. I feel that writing Asiatic and removing allocation from our larger community and increasing allocation to the Asian community. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Asians feel that Asiatic is a demoralizing statement. But when you put Asiatic and you put more to it, it gives a different denotation. It gives a whole different perspective to it. Asians are not using the term Asiatics, and nor is the people, I mean, nor is the people that are looking at this census are looking at Asiatic and relating it to an Asian, because an Asian don't refer himself as that in this day and time. So if you fear something, then you have to take that up with the prophet, because the prophet said my race was Asiatic, and I ain't moving from that. I trust the prophet. I trust that the prophet says my race is Asiatic. And I trust that when the prophet says that, I must apply that for my ultimate liberation. It's not debatable. How I would debate a divine prophet? What type of arms I got to box with a divine prophet? If he says my race is Asiatic, who am I to say, well, let me make an adjustment? Who am I? Man, I don't care what homeboy say. Homeboy can be what he want to be. I know what I'm going to be. I don't care what, I could have a teacher that I respect highly. He ain't going to make me call myself something that the prophet ain't tell me to call myself. I mean, now, I'm going to define myself just like the prophet said, period. And regards to how Asiatic is defined on the census, it speaks to Asian phenotype. Ain't no Asiatic on no census. What are you talking about, Selby Bay? It's not even defined on the census. But I get what you're saying. What we need to do is understand that when we move and call ourselves Asiatic, and the more people that call themselves Asiatic and identify their ethnic origin or their origin as being Moorish, then we become uniquely ourselves. We become uniquely ourselves. We won't be associated with black. You think the Jewish people concerned about what people think about them? You think the Amish people concerned what people think about them? Man, we better get on track. We better get on track. We ain't gonna never be a part of ourselves. We ain't gonna never be uniquely ourselves. We ain't gonna never be uniquely ourselves if we move like this. We too flexible. We way too flexible. I ain't flexible. No. If the prophet said it, that's what it is. Period. And I love you and I love you still. You know I love you, Raheem. I said Raheem, didn't I? Raphael. So, and we look at the prophet's lesson, and the prophet said it'd be 50 years, and it'd be another 50 years. So the prophet was talking in this day and time. He was talking in this day and time. You follow me? He was talking in this day and time. So here we go again. But that brings us back to using census for we're not using the census for self-identifying. We're saying that we're putting in what our divine prophet told us we were. The forms are fed into the machine. It's not the way to self-identify. Brother, I don't know what type of agent games y'all playing, but my prophet's sitting down. I'm going to keep it a buck down. I don't know what type of agent games y'all playing, but the prophet, the holy prophet, Noble Drew Ali, said that we are Asiatics. I don't know what type of nonsense y'all playing, but y'all can play that over there somewhere else. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that we are Asiatics. You can play that somewhere else. You can play that over there with them secret societies. But we revealers of the light over here. We revealers of the light over here, and we stick it to the script. And we're going to teach the public what the prophet taught. You can keep that over there with them secret societies. All y'all want is trust. It's a secret society. All they want is trust. But we want liberation on this side. See, so we're going to stick with the prophet. Because that's crazy to me. The prophet said one thing and you're going to say another? Huh? There's no way in the world that I can find that this be debatable? How can this be debatable? Let me go on with the show. I'm going to get people mad anyway now. I'm going to get you real mad now. We can't find nowhere in here where the prophet ever was flexible. Nowhere. Nowhere in any of these articles, prophet makes a plea to a nation. He says, members and the American citizens to help me in my great uplifting acts to uplifting fallen humanity among the Asiatic race and nation. The Asiatic race and nation. Who is going to outsmart the prophet today? The Asiatic race and nation. He made this plea to the nation. Who's going to outsmart the prophet? Who's smarter than the prophet? Step up. Let us see who you is. Or should I say, see who you are. Come on. Come forward. All of y'all. I'm going to make y'all whisper now. He said the Asiatic race and nation. That's what he said. I didn't say this. Well, I'm going to make an adjustment for. Let's check this out. Even in referring to Oscar the Priest, you know what he called him? Oscar the Priest. I can't find nothing that Oscar the Priest was a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. But guess what he referred to him as? The first Asiatic congressman. The first Asiatic congressman. That's right, Golden LB. I'm the new scholar on the block now. Y'all come to me for the information. Y'all want the real information? Y'all come to Brother Ta'aka Bay. Y'all filter it through me. I'm going to tell you the truth, according to the prophet. Now, with that being said, Oscar the Priest, who became the congressman, the Prophet Noble Drew Ali referred to him as what? The first Asiatic congressman. He didn't say the first African American. He didn't say the first black. He didn't say the first Asian so people can understand what he was talking about. He said the first Asiatic congressman. Why should we be flexible? The prophet wasn't. The prophet wasn't flexible. Why should we be? Because you want them to like you? Because you want to send more money to the downtrodden communities that don't even get the money anyway? You better get on this Moorish village demonstration and get with it. Brother, I ain't going to block you. I'm going to just talk some stuff. You know what I mean? I'm going to just talk some stuff. I ain't going to block you, Brother Sharif. I'm going to see, we mental warriors. I told you, let me tell Sharif something. Brother, let me tell you something. This is my Brother Sharif. Let me tell him something. Brother Sharif, you know and I know that if me and you was in a battle, if we was in a war, man, it would be combustion. Because I feel as though that I'm 20 steps ahead of you, and you feel as though that you 25 steps ahead of me. And while you thinking you 25 ahead of me, I'm thinking I'm 26 ahead of you. When you thinking you 27, I'm thinking I'm 28. So you see where I'm at? That'll be a serious war in heaven. See, some people get caught up in the antics. But ODB said, be who you be, see as you be. I mean, I just be who I be and let people call it what they want it. But brother, I ain't gonna block you. I'm gonna just tell the truth. I'm gonna make people squirm a little bit. The Asiatic congressman. Let's go to the next one. A message to the Asiatics of Cleveland. He didn't call them black people of Cleveland. Let me mark that out real quick because I did that twice. He didn't call them black people of Cleveland. He called them Asiatics. Asiatics of Cleveland. He was not flexible. He was not flexible. Now, man, he was not flexible. My prophet was not flexible. He was a Moor, upright, independent, and fearless. Let me give you another. And these articles, you can find these articles right here at mstbanobletemples.com under documents for download. You can get the full, pages. Somebody, if they got the link to mstbanobletemples.com, please put it in the chat. You can go and get all these and read them for yourself. The prophet was not flexible. It's just like when brothers want to be flexible about the Moroccan flag and the Moorish flag. You can't find nowhere where the prophet called it a Moroccan flag. Why should I? Why should I? This is Orthodox Islamism. This is Orthodox. We sticking to the script. Who gonna get mad at me for sticking to the script? The prizes of this was a literary contest right here. Let me put this down so they don't confuse you. This was a literary contest. It said the prizes awarded to the winners will consist of gold money, the new Qurans that will be in completion by the end of the contest period. Moorish flags, not no Moroccan flags, Moorish flags, questionnaires, pictures of the prophet in his study, pictures of the president, of the secretary, and the treasurer of the Young People's Moorish League, and many other valuable gifts. But Moorish flag, that's like me being flexible, saying, oh yeah, it's the Moroccan flag. The prophet ain't never say that. What I'm talking that talk for? I'm not talking that talk. My name ain't Cujo. I ain't with that. Right here. Talking about the parade. Look at that. Nah, this is something else. I ain't mean to show that. That was for something else. Talking about the parade. The prophet says, the Moorish Americans in Moroccan costumes. Now he says Moroccan costumes there, but follow what he says. And each carrying a flag of the nation of their forefathers, which is the Moorish flag and the American flag. The prophet ain't flexible. Why should I be flexible? He ain't calling no Moroccan flag. Of course he could have called it a Moroccan flag. They just used the term Moroccan. They just used the term Moroccan. Right there. Moorish Americans in Moroccan costumes. He could have called that the Moroccan flag all day long. And whoever wrote this would have known to call it a Moroccan flag, but somebody gave them instructions. These are holy and divine instructions. Now, if the prophet tell us that we have a holy covenant of the Asiatic nation, and it's a holy covenant, and it's a divine covenant, who am I to change it? Who am I? Who am I to change it? So, let me give a recap real quick. I got all pumped up. Yeah. Pardon me, Brother Sharif. Let me. Brother Sharif, pardon me, Brother Sharif. I got worked up, Brother Sharif. Now, you come over here kicking at me if you want to. Nah, man. I love my Brother Sharif. That's my guy, man. Listen, y'all, for real, y'all should blame Brother Sharif. Y'all should blame Brother Sharif, because I watched Brother Sharif take down the whole 125th Street by himself. I mean, like, and I yell and all that, but he did it with charisma. He just plucked them off one at a time. Brother Polite was hot. Brother Polite was scared to, like, nah, me and Brother Sharif don't do that. We don't do that. Matter of fact, Brother Sharif had Polite so shook, he said, I don't even debate Moors. I don't debate Moors. But then when the blunt-smoking Lord Merkel show up, he drug Lord Merkel all across the floor. He drug Lord Merkel, Polite just drug him like a rag doll. But when Sharif come around, oh, I don't debate Moors. So, brother Sharif, you better put that little sword that I see you on IG with swinging around and all that. You better put it back in the sheath. Don't you come at me with no nonsense. I just play, brother Sharif. He know how I get down. I would call him tomorrow and say, brother, I was serious. Don't you come up me kicking at me and just playing no games with me. So with that being said, family, I want to open the floor for some comments for anybody that is within our chat. So I got the chat open. Anybody one at a time. If y'all want to raise your hand for comments, let me know. So we can get you in for a comment. Anybody? Come on, Lattimore Bay. Islam. Come on, brother. Say something to the people.
Islam. First and foremost, arise, giving praise to the Father of the universe, our Father God Allah, and highest honors to his holy and divine prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and honors to everyone else in the sound of my voice. Islam, the prophet is the standard. If the prophet tell you he Asiatic, he call you Asiatic, I mean, what else you got to think about? He telling you right, plain and simple. You Asiatic, Moorish American. Now, if you want to be something else, that's on you. But now you out of line with the prophet, and that's on you too. You got to deal with the consequences. Islam.
That's right. That's right. Why are we Asiatic? Who are Asiatic? The origins. I like that from Sales Bay. But hold up. So is that a question from Sales Bay or is it rhetorical? Let me see. Let me catch up. I gotta catch up. Why are we Asiatics? Who are Asiatics? Well, as we recently did a lesson on that, being Asiatic traces us back to the original people, because that's where the Garden of Eden, the people that we like to call, let's use this, whether it's metaphorical or some people take it literal. The land in which man was produced from and began to migrate it from is the land that we know as Asia, and the people, the original people, not this modern stuff, are known as Asiatics. Just because this European be making these adjustments and these changes, doesn't mean that we need to adjust with the changes. The prophet said we need to return back to the state of mind of our forefathers, divine creed and principles. He didn't say pull away from it. The more that we make adjustments, that's right, Abdullah. Most scholars, when they refer to the language of the region, they call it Afro-Asiatic languages. Scholars still use the term Asiatics. And so we need to know that we shouldn't be pulling away from the teachings of the prophet, that we should be drawing closer to it. So what's the move for the census for identification? Family, I'm going to review it real quick because it's easy to do. Family, I got the examples right here real quick. Let me give it to the brother real quick. So what I said was many people came up with these different concepts, but on the census, it gives you the ability to write in who you are, period, point blank. Some other race, Asiatic. You don't have to fake like you an Asian because this Asian is indicative of somebody else. You ain't got to fake like you're an American Indian. You ain't got to fake like you're a white person because that's indicative to something else. You be who your forefathers were. You be what the prophet said that you were. And man cannot change you from that, period. It's a spot to put in there. You ain't got to make up some stuff. As we seen in the previous, you can go back to the beginning. And then when you look at Number 13, question 13. 9 and 13 are the most critical questions on the census if you choose to go and fill out the census. What is this person's ancestry or ethnic origin? It's Moorish, period. There's no need to debate it. Now, listen, is that going to get you funds allocated to you right now or to your people right now? Probably not. But guess what? The journey of 1,000,000 miles starts with one step. It starts with one step. So Polo Sports said, do the census benefit us or not? At this point, as Moorish Americans, no, it won't. But it's the long journey to where we need to go that it will. See, if Prophet Noble Drew Ali in his time had 30,000 people moving in one direction, there is no reason with all this technology, if we get it right, that we can't have 100,000, 200,000, 1,000,000 people moving in one direction, and then we can affect change. But we can't affect change on that type of level if we haven't made the standard what it is on this small level. So we need to make the standard on the small level what it is. You follow me? And that way, if we do what the prophet taught us to do, and we can bring 30,000 people times 5 moving in one direction under one leadership and under one agenda, and under one agenda, then the benefits will come. See, we think like we so messed up. That's right. That's right, Zabe. It can benefit in less than a generation. That's right. We think so crazy, right? We looking at right now. A brother said, well, I just look at it, what it's going to do to the money in the communities that we're not looking at now. Our communities are run down anyway with the same money that's allocated there. We need to have the money in conscious people's hands. We need to have the money and people who are qualified and competent. That may not be me. That may not be you. But if we do what we have to do, we will produce the next one. We will produce the next one. And if we can produce the next one, then that's when the benefits comes in. That's when the benefit comes in. You follow me? We need to stop thinking about now. We talk about microwave salvation. We talk about microwave salvation. We want microwave salvation. Pop it in, pop it out. But this is the same thing. I'm gonna be Asian just because. I'm gonna be I'm gonna blend in with something just because. No. I'm gonna be what my forefathers were. And I'm going to identify myself as my forefathers identify themselves. And I'm going to take the lead because I've chose to follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali to a destiny which is not uncertain nor unknown. I chose that. That's right. The allocation from the census results are immediate. That's right. But I'm not looking at immediate. I'm looking at long term. I chose to follow Prophet Noble Drew Ali to a destiny what is not uncertain nor unknown. So what he says is law. And Moors, you better heed. And Moors, you better heed. What he says is law, not what I say. It's what he says is law. And people say, oh, you worship the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. No, I accept his leadership. I accept him as a prophet of God. I accept him just like the Muslims accept Muhammad. The Muslims in the East. What he says is law. I accept him just like the Buddhists accept Buddha. Like the Christian, like those who follow Krishna accept Krishna. I accept Prophet Noble Drew Ali like that. He's an angel of Allah sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah. He's an angel. You know, the angel kept with his ether plane. The angel stayed in tune with Allah. The angel stayed in tune with Allah. How can he be wrong? He ain't just no mere man. He is an angel of Allah sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah. Asiatic is an everlasting gospel. Why change it? That's a part of the everlasting gospel. Why change it? If he's an angel of Allah sent to bring us the everlasting gospel of Allah, isn't calling yourself Asiatic a part of that everlasting gospel? Why make adjustments? Because you think you think he's one of them angels that's the modern name for Asiatics is angels. You think about that type of level of angel. Nah. See, what's the modern name for Asiatics? What's the modern name of those angels? What's the modern name of those Asiatics? See, y'all thinking on that level of Asiatic, an angel. See, I'm talking about the angel that held that ether plane. That's the angels I'm thinking about. With that being said, that's right. I'm gonna ruffle some feathers. Y'all go see. Let me say this. Then I'm gonna get my brother. What's his name? My brother. At. See. This is the thing. One thing about me, I don't do the buddy club. I don't do the buddy club. I do truth club. I don't do the buddy club. I don't care if my buddy, my friend, my grand sheik, my supreme grand Ali Baba, I don't do the buddy club. I do facts until you prove me wrong. I don't care about your philosophy. I don't care about your interpretation. Show me where the prophet said it and I'll follow it. Show me where the prophet said it and I'll follow it. If you can't show me where the prophet said it, we ain't got no conversation for real. You got to take that up with the prophet. You can get mad and you can try to stop it. No matter what you do, we can do it like the prophet. You can act like you want to fight. We can start boxing, but when it's all over, we can do it like the prophet. See, y'all do it like the Arabs. We do it like the prophet. We rise 45 in. You dropping Salatin. I ain't mad at you. Go and get your pray on. Don't look at me crazy because you call yourself a crayon. You black, right? That's right. That's what you told me. You call yourself black, you might as well call yourself Toby. Now let me stop. Y'all gonna get that. The album coming soon. With that being said, let me bring my brother Sheikh Mazouk, Razid L in the building. Brother, the floor is yours, brother. I would
Islam. I rise and give praise to Allah, the great God of the universe. I give high honors to our prophet, Noble Drew Ali, and I give honors to everything that's been honored before me. Hey, if you want to prove it to yourself, just go to the Census Bureau. Every census they put out there, they tell you what's going to be on there and why they're asking those questions. They instruct the people to come out. They come out to the doors and as to what questions to ask the people in the homes. But if you go check it out, you will never see Asiatic. You won't see Moors. So, and that's because they took it from us. So now it's time to take it back. And we do it standing up with our fezzes on, and we're gonna make sure that it shows up sooner or later. Saying I yield the floor. Peace and love.
Peace, brother. And that's where I'm at with it, brother. You know what I mean? We so sure that we want something right now. But we need to put things in motion so as you say, sooner or later, it's gonna show up. Period. With that being said, let me bring my brother D Jackson L in the building. Islam, brother.
Islam, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Islam, I rise giving praise to Allah, the great God of the universe, giving honors to our prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and honors to everything that was said before me. I thought it was cool that the question that you were referring to was number 13 in the 13 key in our Quran questions for Moorish children. Ask what is your nationality?
Woo! Talk to him.
Islam. And the answer is Moorish American. Then I'm looking at some more words from the prophet, a divine warning by the prophet for the nation. The citizens of all free national governments, according to their national constitution, are all of one family bearing one free national name. And we in the Noble Temples know that is American. So the nationality is comprised of the descent name and the free national name, which is American, which makes up our nationality, Moorish American. Now, in the back of the Quran, in time and fulfilling of the prophecy, prophet said, "Come, all ye Asiatics of America, and hear the truth about the nationality and birthright, because you are not Negroes." And then further up in verse 7, verse 8, he says, "While we, the Moorish Americans." So he's making the distinction. There's a separation there. So if he's saying the Asiatics of America to come hear the truth about your nationality, so then you know that Asiatic is not your nationality. So why is he referring to you as an Asiatic? And again, we in the Noble Temples know that's because the whole landmass before the great earthquake was known as Asia. With that, I yield the floor. Islam, that's my portion.
Islam. Who else we got in there? Let me see. Who else we got in there? Let me see. I can't see. I'm setting something up. I'm setting up a double hitter real quick. How about who we got? Who we got? Brother Seals, man. Where you at, brother? Come on, business manager. Say something, brother. Smooth it over. Get me out of this mess. I'm playing. Let me see. Business manager, where you at? Can you get me out of this? Got myself in some stuff. All right, look. But with that being said, Islam, big bro.
Islam. First of all, I rise, giving praise to the great God of universal law, give honor to the prophet, and I give honor to Marcus Messiah Garvey, give honor to each and every one of you all here. So Islam Sheikh. So yeah, that was a great demonstration. And the question that I was posing in the chat was because our people need explanations, and they need to know and understand why they identify, why we should identify as Asiatics, and what does that mean to them? They need to have a connection, because we already, people already identify with Africa, you know what I'm saying? And because it was given to us through the I'm Black and I'm Proud movement, you know what I'm saying, the Pan-African movement, so on and so forth, so people have a connection to that. So it wasn't hard for them to add on Afro-American, you know what I'm saying, to people's names and for them to accept it. So that's why I was putting in the chat that the common people, not us in the Noble Temples, because we already know why we're Asiatics. But I'm just saying, for the census is for people to go along with the fact that, yes, I'm an Asiatic. You know what I'm saying? And identifying what that means, they need to know the history and the power behind that of where we come from as a people and as it relates to the continent of Africa as well. And that's what I was just asking in the chat. I think once people educate themselves and have that pride in themselves of being Asiatics, then things will begin to change. As long with that, I yield the floor.
Indeed. And let me see if I can grab up something real quick, and just give a brief concept of exactly what you're talking about. So I'm online right now, and I'm gonna see if I can give a brief concept of what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? Nothing major, something very brief. So what I did, I pulled up the map of Africa and Asia. Let me see if I can screen share real quick. And I'm just going to do this real briefly. We done been through it over and over in our classes. But when we're talking about Asiatic, what we're talking about is that what the European has done is that he has taken this land right here and divided it. And he called this one Africa, and he called this Asia. When in fact, they even have records where you can find that this and this is one and the same. And the thing is that you also can look at the ecology. One thing that really impressed me about my growth and development, that something put on my mind to look at the ecology of this area. See if I can blow it up just a little bit more. And so what I did was I looked at this area, right? 1 second. I looked at this area and I got this book. I can't think the name of it off the top of my head, but I got this book and it was talking about the ecology of this area here, Ethiopia, and all of this in the Sudan is consistent with the ecology of Mecca. In other words, it's the same land. They're the same people. The European divided it up. And this land, from our forefathers, the birth of humanity came out of here. And let me go down some. And now I'm just freestyling, so don't try to be so critical. Oh, he all the way up there. Da, da, da. What I'm saying is the birth of humanity came through here. All right? Some people might even go further over here. We are so territorial and so minusculely tribal. Let me break that down. I just made that up. We see things in such a small way that we think that when we say we're Asiatics, we're referring to this over here, when in fact, we are referring to the whole oneness of the whole landmass. When it was all one. It was one subdivided into two, and Europeans even took our lead and called what was Europa, what is Europa now, Eurasia. But in fact, the birth of humanity, as we know it, 1 second, the birth of humanity as we know it starts here. This is the cradle of civilization. So this is what makes you Asiatic. Because the dust on your body, the flesh, the mud, the dirt that we call flesh, the earth of your body, comes out the ground of Asia. And the people are known as Asiatics. They usurped it a little bit later, made people feel offended with the term Asiatic. And so people of, if you will, Oriental origin, like Chinese and Japanese, they begin to try to pull away from Asiatic and call themselves Asian. But that was after European psychology stepped in. They chose to pull away from it. The prophet said, we are returning back. We are returning back. The prophet ain't say run away from, he says return back. Why do we insist on running away from? You follow me? Why do we insist on running away from? If we want to, see, I'm going to tell you what most people think. Let me stop this for a second. I'm going to tell you what most people think. Most people think that this is their only lifetime. Most people think that they are going to live this lifetime and that's this, that all. But hypothetically speaking, just happenstance. If you were to return, would you want to return to something better? Just if you was going to return, wouldn't you want the generation put something in motion for you to grab the hand off and take it into the touchdown, to the goal? See, this is what happened with the Moorish Temple of America. We, as a group of people, we only lived for that moment during the time of the prophet. These grand sheiks, these leaders, and these elders that did not elevate or unfold or take the teachers to the next level, they were only living in their moment. This generation must live beyond this generation. This generation must think 100, 200, 500, 1,000 years beyond your life. But we selfish. We selfish. We don't think like that. We think because if we use what the prophet said right now, it ain't going to make a difference. Well, What you worrying about right now for? You want something now. What about 1,000 years from now? And this is why we organize as the Moorish Science Temple of America, and we're going to do it just like the prophet. Because we're going to do it just like the prophet, because we got confidence in the prophet, we got faith in Allah, and we ain't budging. So if you want to get rid of the Supreme Grand Council, that's on you. If you don't want to acknowledge Eliel, that's on you. If you don't want to acknowledge that we are Asiatics and we're not referring and shouldn't be referred to ourselves as Asians, that's on you. If you want to start calling yourself Muslim tomorrow, that's on you. Salvation is personal. And we, as the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temple, we taking it personal. And with that being said, let me see if I got any hands up, because I want to share something before I go out. So, oh, Brother Jackson L, Islam, brother. Your hand up, or I didn't let your hand down?
Islam, you just want to talk to me? You want me up? Islam.
Freestyle. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. So listen, family. So if y'all might have been noticing, right, that I was having a dialogue with Brother Cujo, right? And in this dialogue, we have been exchanging ideas, not beefing, not arguing, because there is no argument. You ultimately, you're going to have to argue with the prophet. There is no argument when it comes to this. You follow what I'm saying? Because I'm going to stick strictly to the prophet, Noble Drew Ali. I'm not doing it any other way. That's not what I'm going to do. And with that being said, I just want to share something with you. So I've been telling the brother that, listen, brother, you are a Moorish Canadian. You're not a Moorish American. And he don't want to accept that. I don't know what is so great about being a Moorish American as opposed to being a Moorish Canadian. I really don't get it. I don't understand it. However, I've been hitting them pretty hard. Hold up. I've been hitting them pretty hard this week. And the reason that I've been hitting them pretty hard is because he literally came at me sideways. And, you know, I like a little rumble every now and then, especially intellectual. You know what I mean? Every now and then, there ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't take it personal. But he didn't cuss me out and gave me the middle fingers. But let me show you what this is all about. So, the brother, what's not true? What's not true? What is that? So anyway, that's right. I don't want to be no imam. I don't want to be no sheikh. I don't want to be none of that. I want to be a divine minister and a sheik. That's it. And a member of the Moorish Science Temple of America. But whatever the case may be. So we've been going back and forth, right, on IG, basically over this topic that he's a Moorish American. But the problem with that, and this is for our brothers and sisters in Canada. We need brothers and sisters in Canada to teach Moorish science according to the prophet. We don't need brothers and sisters teaching Moorish science according to Moorish Americans who follow the prophet here in the United States of America. Like in every country, there's Moors there where principally it all means the same, that you must honor the government in which you live and your forefathers. Your forefathers and mothers were Moors, right? So the government in which you live, it is what it is, no matter where it is. whether it's in Haiti, whether it's in Canada, whether it's in Jamaica, no matter where it is, we are a global community. And we cannot be a global community identifying everybody on the planet as Moorish Americans. Everybody on the planet is not Moorish Americans. One brother even said on a Canaan Land post, he said, brother, the prophet in chapter 47, he says that there's only two countries in America. It's Mexico and America, as if he don't see the etc. I mean, this is so weird to me. But let me go into, he could be Moorish American and a Moorish Canadian. Absolutely, Scott Bay, you're absolutely right. But let's go into what the prophet said. Real quick, and I'll close out with this. 3 slides. So right here, the prophet teaches us by the way of calling the citizens of Toronto. Now, what this guy did, he reposted this. He said, see, they're citizens of Toronto, not Canada. What type of madman is this? If I go to the city dump here in Baltimore, they're going to ask me, are you a citizen of Baltimore City? Or I cannot go into the dump. But being a citizen of Baltimore City, by default, I'm a citizen of what? The United States of America. So it says, Noble Drew Ali, for the benefit of the citizens of Toronto, it is believed the prophet will act favorably on the distinguished Canadians' invitation. He didn't call them Canaan land. This brother really believed that his legal name from a government standpoint is Canaan land. This brother's nuts. And he called this Moorish science. Why wouldn't the prophet ever use the term Canaan land? He went to Canada. I mean, he was invited to go to Canada. Don't even make sense. Listen to what he said. So pleased with Dr. Oscar and Madam Brewington of Toronto, Canada, with meeting Prophet Noble Drew Ali. He said of Toronto, Canada. He didn't. Listen what he said. Founder of the Moorish Science Temple of America, that they invited him to Toronto to be their house guest as long as he could afford to remain. Impressed with the wisdom and possibilities of the Moorish leader, Dr. Brewington liked to arrange for a series of lectures by Prophet Noble Drew Ali for the benefit of the citizens of Toronto. That's one. Now, when you start talking about the United States as a corporation and all of that craziness, that's fine. I get it. No problem. But the Prophet Noble Drew Ali states in this Moorish Guy article, and I'm not going to say the Prophet Noble Drew Ali because his signature ain't on it, but this was published in the Moorish Guide article. What will happen among the Asiatics, again, not being flexible, of the world will first happen where? In the United States of America. How can you say? And then look, in the first cosmopolitan city of this nation, United States of America is synonymous with what? Nation. You call it a corporation all you want. But according to the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali in this article, the United States of America, you call a corporation, is synonymous with nation in this article. In this article. And the first cosmopolitan city of this nation will be in Chicago. This is Chicago, the only city of the land that has the features of this American life. So to say the United States is a United States is a corporation and all, that is bogus. That's not Moorish science. If it is a corporation, I get it. Matter of fact, I concur. But that ain't what the prophet's talking about. You know what I mean? That ain't what the prophet is talking about. Government is business, of course. This is why the government can have a government shutdown. It's business, of course. But what you're talking about, associating yourself as an American, doesn't make sense. You would be Moorish North American or Moorish Canadian, have your choice. But you can't be Moorish American, because honor to the Assistant Grand Sheikh Brother Akhenaten, who basically really lays it out in his demonstration with Demonym, that American is a demonym for the citizens of the United States of America. Honor to the brother for that. And then right here again, Prophet Noble Drew Ali in this article, or the Moorish Guy article, is saying, it is the duty of every man who lives to redeem the name of his forefathers, all those who have doubt. It is, listen to this, family, and I'm going to say it slow. I'm going to say it slow. For all those who want to be Asian, for all those who want to be other than what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali said, it says, and I'm going to point it to you because I need you to see it. And like I said that, because I need you to see it. It is the duty of every man who lives to redeem the name of his forefathers, and not to be herded in masses of weaklings. Stop referring to yourself as Negro, colored, and black, for you are neither. Now that's talking about Negro, colored, and black. But wouldn't that even apply? Redeeming the name? As we says that Asiatic, from the original liberator, Prophet Noble Drew Ali, described us. Stop referring to yourself as Negro, colored, and black, for you are neither. You are men, American citizens. Speak up for yourselves, or it will never be done. Speak up for yourself. As long as you wear the clothes of another and live in the house of another and depend on another in any manner, you are truly a slave to them. That's the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Y'all feel the spirit? If you are men, American citizens, speak up for yourselves, or it will never be done. Now back to Cujo, last but not least. As a result, from all over the United States, Prophet Noble Drew Ali will make a nationwide tour with expectation of seeing every more personally within the boundaries of America. The Prophet using the United States and America synonymous. So don't sit up there and tell me, that you are a Moorish American when he's talking about the boundaries of what? Of America as it relates to what? The United States. This stuff is easy. This stuff is easy. If you want these articles, go to mstlvanobletemples.com under documents for download. Leave a little donation. Get all the articles. Get them. Study them. Study them and see what the prophet is talking about. There is no excuse why Cujo can sit up there and tell any more lies. Taj Tariq Bey should not be able to tell you no more lies. And these usurpers calling themselves Moorish Americans should not be able to tell you no more lies, because I'm going to put everything on our website for you to get. They should be able to tell you no more lies. We need somebody in Canada to talk about our Moorish Canadian history, to make our Moorish Canadian brothers, sisters understand that they have a rich history, that they have a proud they have a proud history. Whether they was there when the French came, or whether they came to escape the trauma of the United States of America slavery, or whether they migrated with the workforce. Whatever it is, we need Moors in Canada to talk about Canadian history as it relates to our experience there as Moors. Our experience within the borders of Canada need to be talked about. And it shouldn't be usurped, calling our brothers and sisters they're Moorish Americans when they are not, because the prophet was not referring to our brothers and sisters in Canada as Moorish Americans. He was referring to people within the borders of the United States of America as we know it. However, we need to get with our brothers and sisters in Canada and Haiti and Cuba and every other country south of the border and around the world. With that being said, anybody in the chat have any closing remarks? I'm done. I done got worked up. Seals Bay got me worked up. He did that. Seals Bay did that. He did. Seals Bay did that. He did that. You can blame Seals Bay. That's right. And matter of fact, he was busy today. He was supposed to call me today, and I messed up too. But we gonna get that straight tomorrow. I got a weekday tomorrow, inshallah. But with that being said, I got my brother Sheikh McCallum Bay in the building. Islam, brother, the floor is yours, brother. I'm gonna let them see you. Islam.
Islam, Grand Sheikh. First and foremost, I rise and give praise to the great God Allah, and I give honors to Prophet Noble Drew Ali, to forerunner Marcus Messiah Garvey, and to all who are within the sound of my voice. One of the things you highlighted it, but I thought about Bill Clinton, one of the many draft dodgers that fled the draft. When they fled the draft, they didn't hide within the 48 contiguous states of the United States of America, or go to Puerto Rico or the I forget the other territory they have control over, but the 50th one. But they because the United States has jurisdiction in all of those territories. Okay, so here when Bill Clinton fled the draft along with other draft dodgers, they went to another country. And what country was that? That was Canada. Canada. And they were not extradited and brought back into the United States. Okay, to top that off, the United States also has a CIA. They can lawfully operate outside the borders of the United States of America. They didn't go into Canada and bring them out. No, they didn't. You see, so it just highlights once again, you're Canadian Americans. I mean, you're Canadians or Canadian Americans if you so choose to be, but they're Moorish Canadians. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. They can't come and participate in elections here and decide who the president of the United States of America is going to be. Just like we can't go across the border into Canada and determine who the premier of Canada is going to be. You see, so it's just that cut, dry, and simple. That's all there is to it. And as far as what you brought out about what the prophet said about our race being Asiatic, it's as simple as that. The term that scholars use is Afro-Asiatic, but we know the Afro is in reference to the hair, where everyone in Africa does not have curly hair, the tight curly hair or loose curly hair. Some of our people have straight hair. We even see that here in America. And that doesn't mean that they have admixture of European blood.
That's right.
It's just the type of hair that they have. It's just a part of their lineage. It's a part of their genetics, their DNA. It's as simple as that. So we don't have to use the term Afro-Asiatics. We could just simply use the term Asiatics, just as the prophet did. It's that cut and dry and simple. The prophet said it. He brought the divine plan of the ages, You know, he set up the divine and national movement that we have. Okay, he demonstrated the results that can be gotten by following the divine plan of the ages. So what are we going to do? We're going to deviate, and we're going to be another 50 years, 100 years, you know, down the road, attempting to do what the prophet demonstrated could be done in a short period of time. So we all just have to get on. It's just like being all in a military group. When that commanding officer says forward march, they all step forward with that left foot and the heels strike the ground simultaneously. We likewise, we often have to simultaneously move on the word of the prophet. And that's it. So that's it for me. With that, I yield the floor.
Islam, man. Let me tell you something, man. My thing is, man, I am so proud to be amongst thinking Moorish Americans who are going to strive to the ultimate goal that was set for us by the divine prophet. You know, by the divine prophet. If others don't believe in that divine prophet, then it's okay. And you can still wear your fez. You can still stand on the 7. But your benefits of practicing what you say you believe in, it diminishes as an individual as well as a collective. But when you stick to the script and you are not flexible with truth, truth is stern. You have to be able to understand why the prophet used the term Asiatic and not Asian, when Asian was being used at that time too. We can prove that. That's easy to prove. That Asian was being used at that time too. But why did he choose Asiatic? Join the Noble Temple. If you don't want people all in your videos, talking all crazy, join the Noble Temples. But with that being said, family, I'm going to let y'all go. I appreciate y'all. Again, the link is at the bottom of this page here. And always support the Cash App if you're able to. Also, as you know, you can go and get these slides. If you have a problem with paying for them, you can also, because it's really not pay, it's really a donation, because we are really trying to build what we were supposed to build 50 years ago. So if you have a problem with paying, don't think you're going to swindle me. All you have to do is email me at taakabay@yahoo.com. And let me give a special shout out to my bro, Mr. Corbin. Mr. Corbin, brother, I got some literature coming to you. I know I keep saying this, the second show I didn't said it. I got some literature coming to you, brother. I just been ripping and running. I've been busy since I got back from Atlanta. But Mr. Corbin from the Bronx, brother, I'm going to hook you up. I got my folders ready to go out. I ain't playing, Mr. Corbin. I got everything ready, Mr. Corbin. I'm going to look out for you, brother. He's a elder brother in the Bronx that got in touch with me. And, brother, I got you, brother. And everybody else who I'm supposed to send something, I want y'all to be patient with me. See, I was thinking about old man. See, listen, see, y'all youngins out there. I'm kind of old and stuff. Y'all got to be patient with me, okay? Because it takes me time to get all this stuff together. All right, Seals, Bay? It takes me time to get this stuff together. See, y'all still young, you know. Oh, my brother, Jonathan Scott Bay. What's the update on the Moorish Village, brother? The Moorish Village, this is the thing. By the summer, we are expecting to have at least 3 more buildings. One, this is my goal. One is for a vegan spot. I'm going to have the temple open 4 times. I'm gonna have it 4 times open. We're going to be selling kente cloth, dashikis, and soap, hot sauce, tennis shoes, everything you can name. And we're going to have it in the building that we have now. The upstairs is going to be rented out to a couple Moorish American, one coming from North Carolina. And we're going to probably do upstairs for somebody else, whoever is righteous or have a righteous state of mind. Not, you know, you ain't even got to be righteous. You just got to have your mind in the right place. You know what I mean? And we're gonna have hopefully Moorish American, even a Christian. It don't matter. NOI, whoever need a spot. You know that we can give them reduced rates. It's fine. But the brother on the second floor, he's coming from North Carolina. He's a part of the Noble Temples, so he get the extreme reduced rate. You know what I mean? He get the extreme demonstration. Plus, he's making a contribution to help us get it complete within the next few months, inshallah. But my goal is to have a vegan spot. I went to Atlanta, and when I went to Atlanta, man, they had so many vegan spots there, and there's not that many in Baltimore. And vegan and vegetarian is really picking up here. So I want me a vegan spot. Not that I want to work there, but I want to create a situation where we can create jobs there. Also, we got a group from Texas. Brother McCallum Bay is one of them, an investment group. They're investing and getting a building there. So that's going to be two. They waiting on me. They like, brother, what you taking so long for? We ready now. So they have a group in Texas that they're putting one there. I also have a group in New York that wants to grab a property there. And I have one in Delaware that wants to grab a property there. So we got big things happening this year. We really are going to make this Moorish village a reality. I took the first step. The Moors and the Moorish Science Temple of America, affectionately known as the Noble Temple, they stepped right along with me, and things are looking good. And hopefully by the end of this year, we will have Moorish Americans living in an area, whether it start off with 5. See, I'm not tripping that we have hundreds of people the first year. We can have 2 or 3 families, and I'm good with that. You know what I'm saying? But we can, as we get to 2 and 3, we just get more and more and more and more. And then the next generation, it becomes theirs. And see, this is the thing. When you talk about the census and you talk about allocating funds, you know, this is how you get your area in a condition to receive the funds. That may not happen in the first year for you or the second year for you. But what happen is, if you do the divine plan of the ages, you'll be able to, within 10 years, allocate the bag to your people by the way of the census. That's just one way. That's just one way. But y'all don't got confidence in the prophet. Y'all don't even understand the divine plan of the ages. So why would you even try it? Why would you even stick with what the prophet say? You don't have, most of you Moorish Americans have no intentions of living next to no Moorish American. I have no intentions. Man, y'all done got so comfortable in that little lily white European neighborhood. Y'all done got comfortable. Y'all done got so comfortable in your little hood and the people that's around you. There ain't nowhere in the world you're going to pack up to move into a neighborhood and be around some more. And that's cool too. But what you should do is join the Noble Temples and create the Moorish village where you live at. And then it'd be one everywhere around the country. There'd be one everywhere in the country. But most of y'all are comfortable. Y'all spoiled. Y'all spoiled with fezzes on. Y'all spoiled with fezzes on. Tell some of them grand sheiks move out their neighborhood and move in the inner city so we can build something up. See how many gonna go. See how many gonna go. They're gonna be like, man, what? Shoot, I got a mortgage on this house. Shoot, what you want me to do with my house? I got a mortgage. Man, listen, Islam, my wife said, you know, we'll donate, but we're not moving. Here in Baltimore, there's so many proclaimed Moorish Americans here in Baltimore. Man, there ain't nobody, none of these Moors here, majority of them. I ain't gonna say all of them. I'm gonna say majority of them. 95% of the Moors in Baltimore, and it's a whole bunch of them, ain't now one of them gonna pack up and move there. And I'm gonna give it to you like it ain't now one of them. Not now one. I don't 5%, maybe, but I don't expect many to pop up and move right across town from East Baltimore to West Baltimore to be in a Moorish village. I don't expect that. So just like every member that you see in here, we starting fresh. The young, the unborn, and the willing. And that's who you see today. So with that, family, I'm going to close this out, and I'm out of here for now. For now. But I'll be back. Sheik Hamilton Bay, you got something to say? People want to hear you. Now I'm playing. Sister Hamilton Bay, how you doing, sis? What you doing? What you all quiet for? What's going on? JT Bay, we already had our Barry White come on through. Come on, Isaac Hayes.
Islam Grand Sheik.
There you go. Islam, brother, how you doing?
All is well. All is well.
Did you get a chance to check out the presentation?
Yes, sir. I did. I enjoyed it very much. Very informative. You really pretty much touched on everything. And a lot of our people, they just need to get out the fear of always thinking that the government or somebody is after them when they have to do some type of census for them or something that's beneficial for them. You know, and that's another thing our people, stigma our people got to get out of. But to those who are on this platform tonight and they can share, they need to share it to as many people as they can so they can get in tune with this, so they won't be scared anymore. So they can put that fear aside and do what the prophet said that we should do anyway. Lace up them bootstraps and get on that good foot. Not verbatim, but Islam. You know, we got to do what we need to do. I'll leave you as I came. Peace.
Peace. And we got Carlo Rossi and Detroit. And Carlo Rossi, man, you got to hit me up. You know, we got to hit me up and see what we can get going on. Because it's a lot of Moors in Detroit. But everybody got these weird concepts, and we need somebody to break up the weird concept by bringing in the newer generation. The way that you sit the old Moors in the back, you teach the new, the unborn, and the fresh minds, no matter how old they are, no matter how young they are. You teach them, and they're going to come to the truth. And them old Moors going to get out the way. You see, in the beginning, they was coming at me. Where they at right now? You see, they was coming at me. Where they at? You see them? Look at the chat. We got a whole new thing going here. We got a new thing called the old time religion. With that being said, peace and love, family. Appreciate y'all. And we're going to do this again. I think if I can end this stream, let me see. We're going to do this again soon. Let me see. I think